So this series flows from the previous series where we're talking about substantive rights flowing from bilateral investment treaties. In this series, we're talking about full protection and security. So what do we mean by full protection and security under bilateral investment treaties, and in some instances also domestic legislation? So full protection and security is usually divided into two. So we're talking about physical protection of investments or qualifying investments of an investor, and also legal protection, which is a bit more controversial because some tribunals of the view that legal protection is not really part of the full protection and security guarantees provided under investment treaties. So legal protection or physical protection, that means essentially the physical investment that you have should be protected by the state. So there's a guarantee by the host government that in respect of your investment, where there's private actions by the nationals of that state against your investment, the state is obliged to protect that investment. So if there's damage to your property, the state is obliged to ensure the police are present to protect your property. Sometimes it goes further than that because under South African law, you have, as I mentioned in the previous inserts, we talk about the Protection of Investment Act. In the Protection of Investment Act, the standard of protection is a bit lower than what you get under international law, where the standard is the state is obliged to provide you with protection, but only to the extent that the state would be able to afford, so within its means. Whereas under international law or under BITs, it is the protection provided under international law. So it doesn't look at the state's means particularly in respect of the protection that should be provided. We have a number of examples. There was one example a few years ago against the South African state where Swiss nationals invoked the Swiss-South Africa BIT in respect of damages to its farm. We also have an example in Zimbabwe where farmers who took Zimbabwe to the ICSID tribunal for expropriation and a number of other violations of treaties were successful in also challenging the Zimbabwean government for its failure to protect its physical investment. So the measure or guaranteed of full protection and security is a viable option for investors who are aggrieved by the fact that the government failed to take action against citizens of that particular government who has damaged its property. Hopefully this provides for a good overview of what full protection and security is under international law for investors.